Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chris Scully and Bob Spitz coming to you live from Drive. And today we also have Matthew Riddle, who's one of our coaches. And our guest is Matt Pierce, owner of Hedz Automotive in Idaho. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome. Tell us about your shop.
Well, it's a small shop. It's been open for about 8 years altogether. I've been doing business the way I've been doing business for about 4 years or 5 years in the building that I'm at. Small shop, like I said, I got 3 employees and myself, and we're just trying to get off the ground.
Awesome. So how did you what made you decide to open a shop, Matt?
You know, it had a lot to do with the downfall of the economy back in, just maybe 10 years ago. And it was quite hard to find a job back then. And I was pretty good mechanically inclined. I had experience in the past with mechanic shops, working at them, and picked up things here and there in the years. And I honestly just decided to just go for it. A lot of people that I knew said I was really good at it. And I kind of felt the same way. So I just took a leap of faith and just tried it on my own. And here I am.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Jump right in.
Yep.
How many bays do you have?
I have 2 bays.
3 guys in 2 bays?
3 guys in 2 bays. I have 2 techs, including myself. I also have a C tech, but he does a lot of inspections and stuff like that. And then I have a service writer.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, that's busy.
Yeah, we are very busy. Yes.
For a small shop, that's quite a bit. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's almost too much. Yeah, and that's what I need.
Are you strictly general repair?
Yes, general repair.
Diesel repair?
We do diesel repair. We don't do any customizations. I stay away from like hot rods and stuff like that. As far as like fabrication, performance, stuff like that. We really don't focus on that. We focus on just, getting the soccer mom's van back on the road so that she can, you know what I mean? Just the general car repair. Yeah. Keep life moving. Yeah.
Yeah. No tractor pulls.
No tractor pulls.
12,000 horsepower out of that Cummins.
Yeah, I know, not doing
it.
All right. So you said you started your business about 8 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And you've been with Drive for how long?
I've only been with Drive for about, I think, 3 months now. Time is really flying by, but I think it's about 3 months.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about what made you decide to sign up for a coaching program? What was the state of your shop when you started, that kind of thing?
So honestly, guys, I was just about ready to stop doing it because I was tired of the work and the overwork and the lack of profit. I felt like I was just working so hard for pennies, and my employees were making more than I was actually.
That's very discouraging.
As an owner, it's very discouraging. And they say, okay, 5 years will go by, and then once that happens and your business is still up, then you're good. You're going to be good. And that's not true.
No.
There's so many other steps that need to be taken. So many things that need to be put into place that I just didn't know. I'm a mechanic, I'm not a business guy, although I'm trying to get there. Trying to change my mindset with that.
Definitely change your mindset.
Yeah, and that's the one
critical.
thing you guys taught me, definitely.
Yeah, you're an entrepreneur who happens to own a shop.
That's right.
Not a technician who owns a shop.
That's right.
How did you come up with the name Hedz?
It's actually a buddy of mine. I'm really into old Datsuns, so I really like Z cars. I have a 78 that I restored, and the Z in the name, it just kind of fit perfect with that. It was a friend of mine that came up with that. I was like, yeah, sounds good. I'll go with that.
Great.
Any SPL 311s or SRL 311s around there?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, those are the old Datsuns, the 1600 MG lookalikes.
Oh yeah, they're around. Yeah, there's more Z's out there, that's for sure. A lot of those little roadsters are garage normally and not driven, so we don't see them out very often.
Yeah, summertime.
Summertime, yeah.
Yeah. Remember them well.
Yeah.
So what's your marketing like? What are the demographics like?
I'm pretty much all over the place, and I don't really have a specific. I mean, I guess I could say south. My city that I'm in, the south side of that city that I'm in, is primarily where I'm doing business with my customers. All walks of life, all age groups, all different languages spoken. A lot of people don't speak English. We still get around that barrier. We just try to adapt to any customer that we have. We try to be very respectful to women, and we try to make them feel comfortable. And but other than that, I get business from all over. I have people driving, 7,500 miles to come see me just because they trust me.
Mhm.
And that's just something I can't even wrap my head around. I don't even understand it, but I've always been one to work on my own car, so I haven't seen it from their perspective before.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
tough for a lot of shop owners, is to get that perspective of the consumer, because you're not the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about your journey on the drive program so far. What
Any
you've changed
aha
in your
moments?
shop.
Oh, there's been a lot of aha moments. It really boils down to really just listening to you guys and doing what you guys say. Because there's people out there that know more than you, and you just have to realize that. And you just have to take that leap of faith. I'd have to say the biggest thing was my pricing. You guys really opened my eyes to what profit margins were, how to price a job correctly. That's helped my shop amazingly. Like, it's just the numbers that I'm seeing now, I've never seen before, ever. It's getting me to be able to have the confidence to go to work in the morning, and to have the drive to go to work in the morning. And to be, because I'm making money now, and that's what it's all about. And I have nothing but you guys to thank for that.
Well, you're
That's
welcome.
great.
Yeah, the pricing was really big. I wasn't charging enough. My shop, my pricing matrix is all messed up. I was going off prices that I was doing years ago, thinking that I would scare away customers, things like that. But like I said, I took that leap of faith, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, that's the biggest fear. But as you've learned, they don't come to you first and foremost because of price.
Yes,
They
I
come
have
to you
learned
because they
that.
trust you.
Yes, and that's what I'm realizing. Yes.
Great. And what, if anything, has been kind of more difficult to get your wits around and implement? That you might have you struggled with some of Matt's advice? And
Yeah.
Matt, you can chime in on this one if you want. Were some things that you pushed back on?
I haven't really pushed back on too much, but one thing is the shop flow and policy and procedure. This policy and procedure is not anything I've ever done before. It's always been verbal. I was told, write it down. You guys told me, write it down. So it's a matter of writing and communicating. So communication between everyone in the shop and the way it works is the hardest part. It's like you tell somebody to do something and you even write it down. And like a lot of times they'll mess up, 3-4 times, and it puts a wrench in all the gears, and you have to be there to try to smooth it all out. And okay, next time you got to do it this way. That's really what I'm battling. I'm really hoping with the next couple months that that's all smoothed over to where if I leave for, say, this meeting here, I'm not worried about my staff taking care of business, because it's all smooth. Right now, there's so many rough edges. And that's just part of the process, I think.
Oh, it definitely is. And
yeah.
And that's why you're constantly being told to write things down, because that's one of the ways to smooth the rough edges, even though it seems much more difficult than saying, hey, you do this.
Yes. It's a lot easier to say, hey, you do this, but then for that to stick in someone's mind, that's impossible.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they're just taking orders. They're not thinking.
They're not thinking. Yeah. They're just doing what I say at the moment I say it. And that's just about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We try to get away from the Hey You organization.
Yeah.
A lot of room for miscommunication here and there.
Yeah, and then things get jumbled around. So like I tell somebody something and then they tell somebody else the same thing, but that's not the same thing. You know, it's gonna change as it goes from person to person. And then by the time it rolls back to me, I'm like, well, I never said that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
so,
the
yeah,
old,
writing
the
it
old game
down,
of
that's what I'm
telephone.
working on.
Yeah, I told you to take the engine out of the blue Toyota.
I don't think it's been that bad, but come on, guys, gotta give a little bit of credit.
Yeah, I have a story about that actually, about how communication can come back on you like that. So I had a very nice employee, and maybe not the smartest. I might not have communicated it quite right to him. I told him to go pick up an engine. He took his normal small car to go pick up said engine, and he said, "Where am I going to fit this engine at?" And I didn't see him take that car. So by not specifying that you're going to need a truck to go get the engine, yeah, we lost a little time on that one there. But you know what? It was okay. He about shoved it in that small car, by the way. Dangerous.
That and his stories.
Yeah, we have a couple of stories floating around.
Yeah, we've got
years.
quite a few over the years. That's for sure.
Over 30 years of working with shops, we got a couple of stories.
I have to say also, you guys, every team member that I've been involved with, Cassie, Lauren, Matt, now you guys, I've enjoyed every bit of it. And everybody's got more, different things to bring to the table, and it's all completely relevant to what I'm doing. And the more I implement, the better it gets.
That's great.
I want to give you guys credit for that, definitely.
Well, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so currently you are still working on cars, correct?
Yes, I am. Yep. Less and less, though.
Good. And your writing service?
No.
Good. Okay.
Yeah,
good. I didn't catch that in the beginning.
No, because my service writer is fairly new still. She's only been on with me for 3 weeks, but Matt gave me the advice, just throw her to the fire, and that's what I did. And I'm watching her adapt, and it's a really cool thing to see. It's amazing. But I still have to kind of be there a little bit, but I'm letting go of those reins slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So question about your brand new service advisor. What did she have previous automotive experience, or did you hire from another industry?
None at all. She's actually a nurse. So she did.
Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What you want is somebody who's a people person, and nurses are definitely that. So
yeah,
that's good.
But she knew nothing about automotive whatsoever. Didn't know what a tie rod was. Didn't know where the oil went in the car. Like, she just knows nothing about cars.
It's okay. They don't need to.
Yeah, they don't. They just need to know how to talk to people.
And that's what she does. And then she just needs to know how to, invoice and stuff like that, which is the technical side of her job. And she's getting there. And that's, one day at a time.
Yeah. And
that's
of course,
fantastic.
your technicians have to be trained to tell her a story that she can understand.
Yeah, that's one thing we're going to have to change here shortly. We're doing all handwritten stuff, and I'm finding that she's losing communication with them because their handwriting is so bad. So,
that's one big advantage of digital inspections.
Yeah, we need to do some digital inspections. You guys had offered that as well. That showed me things to resources that I can look at to be able to get to that point.
Yeah,
so we're getting there.
Yeah, that's always a big hurdle when you first start putting things in writing, is deciphering the chicken scratch of other people.
Especially hurried up technicians, where it's just a jarbled mess in the paper,
filled with technical terms.
You would think with a nursing background that she's used to deciphering bad handwriting, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's really bad handwriting.
Yeah, right.
So let's project out. It's a year from now. What does the shop look like?
Oh my gosh. In my eyes, the shop looks like it runs itself. The shop looks like I'm there once a week. The shop looks like the self-sustaining. That's what I want. That's what I told Matt from the beginning, at the very beginning. I want to be able to step away. I want to be able to experience other things in life other than grinding all the time. And that's what you do as an owner. You grind. And then I watch these owners in other shops. They're pushing 60, 70 years old. They're great people. Nothing wrong with these guys. They know cars really well. But you can tell that life has just thrown them just all sorts of a mess, and they're just discouraged and frustrated, and they see their retirement coming. There's nothing they can do. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be that person. So
Right.
I want
Then
to
you
be
won't.
able to, yeah. And with, before you guys, that's all I saw. And that's why I just wanted to stop, because I didn't want to get to that point. But you guys have given me a different lease on this for sure. Kept me going.
Well, you're coming to the expo. You're going to meet some really amazing operators.
Mm-hmm.
Get to talk to our the guys who belong to our 20 group.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah, and there'll be people who are being awarded Master of Shop Management, Master Elite of Shop Management, which is, these guys have been there, done that
and right where you
several
work.
times, and they've been where you are, and they've gotten to where you want to go, and their experience is good to get tap into for sure, because we tell everybody the same things, but it's a little different how it gets implemented from shop to shop, and getting that input can be really valuable, and making those connections is definitely very valuable. Now you've been with us a few months. Let's talk about workshops and what workshops you've done, what stands out. How do you like that aspect of the program?
So I haven't done too many workshops. I'm a really busy guy. But the ones I have attended I'm not blowing smoke here. They've been amazing. I've learned so much just from the 3 that I've done. And you want to think that you know everything after that 3, because you get so much information, but there's so much to learn still. My employees have taken it. My employees have taken the shop, my service writer specifically, and she's learned quite a bit as well. I want to take more, but yeah, I don't have too much experience with the workshops.
Okay.
Like I said, the ones that I have taken, I've walked away with completely happy and satisfied.
Great.
Well, we've got
You guys
plenty for
answer
you.
all the questions that I have.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. So do you have any plans for expanding the size of the shop?
We tried. There was a failed attempt. I don't own my building. I actually rent my building, and it's actually attached to a tire shop, which is actually not a good spot to be, because you want to get that tire money. But I tried to expand in the shop that I'm at. I just hit a brick wall. They won't do it. So right now I'm just saving money and trying to possibly in the future, which I don't even know when that's going to be, get my own location, get my own property, get my own building,
That makes sense, and you'd be surprised how quickly it'll come about if you're really managing your finances well and putting that money, and that's what you want to accomplish. I've had a number of shops, they get close to where they think they're going to need to be, and then all of a sudden the exact right opportunity just falls in their lap, because they've been dedicatedly working toward it. The old saying that you create your own luck is really true when it comes to something like that.
Yeah. And something else that has helped is you really get the vision of your ideal shop, what it would look like. And then you just draw it all out. And you keep that in front of you. And you keep that vision in front of you. And those opportunities do arise.
Where that goal is going to be. If you don't have a goal, don't have a landing destination, you don't know when it shows up right in front of your face.
That's
guys,
right.
My goals have changed just in the past 3 months because of you guys. The things that I thought I didn't think I could achieve, a lot of the stuff that I've already achieved. So the goals are changing. They're so dynamic because of what you guys have taught me and what I'm learning.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So when you started the program, what were your goals at that time?
All I could think was stopping. All I could think is stop the work, stop the shop, shut it down. That's all I was thinking. I didn't really have any goals because it seemed like the goals that I had were just unattainable. It just wasn't going to happen. I kept running into things. It's like, there's no way I'm going to reach that goal. That's the short of it. It's that simple.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you've achieved things that you never thought you could achieve. Have you set now your sights on bigger and better goals?
Yes, I have. That's why I mentioned the building by itself. And, when you guys break it down to different levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4, that helps me set a goal, because it's like, okay, I want to be at level 3. I want to be a level 4. I want to be a level 4. You gotta crawl before you can walk. But those levels are great goals for me. So level 3 is my next goal, and I hope to achieve that within the next few months. I really do.
Well, you're
Well,
well
you're
on
on the
your
right
way.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mainly got to get yourself replaced in the back next.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And that's where a diagnostic technician is going to come in. And that's where I'm at the point where when I hire someone like that, I want to make sure that my shop is smooth. Like I said, I want to make sure the operation is smooth, because I can really see somebody that's dedicated their life to the automotive field, not an owner, but a technician that's been around to different shops and everything, coming into my shop. Okay, this place doesn't run as smooth as it needs to be. I'm not going to work here because this is just way, too many rough edges here. I can't do it. The workflow isn't smooth, then that's what we're focusing on. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting to get this tech, that's why I'm smoothing out everything, so that when he comes, he's happy and it's easy.
Great.
Well, I hope you have attended the shop process and the shop flow workshops.
Yeah, I was signed up for that one on Monday, but I unfortunately missed it. But I'm gonna be attending that one. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good, because then we have to get you out of there and actually attend in person the master workshop of controlling the front. That will blow your mind.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's a fantastic workshop, and it addresses the exact things that you've been talking about here. So
yeah. And I'm sure I'm not unique. I'm sure all shop owners go through this too. This is about the same thing. It separates let's say the men from the boys, I guess. And there's so many shop owners out there that don't do these steps, and they get stuck in where they're at.
Yeah.
And that's what
you're completely right about that.
Yeah, felt stuck.
Yeah, stage 2 or stage 1 stuck. It's not uncommon. And the end result is exactly where you were heading: burn out and give up.
That's right. I had such a drive and a passion for it before. Like I said, I restored this car, I've restored other cars, I've diagnosed friends' cars, worked at other shops, and then you just do it on your own, and it's a whole different ball game entirely. Right. Yeah.
Has O'Reilly noticed your increase?
They haven't said anything, but they have to notice.
I'm sure your rep has.
A lot more parts now. Yeah, they haven't said anything directly to me, but I know my numbers are way higher than they used to be. I broke a record last month with you guys. I've never profited that much in my life. I didn't think that number was even achievable.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm sure they're taking notice, because they always monitor things like that. So if you're buying more parts and they're selling you more parts, they're definitely going to notice.
Yeah, I do notice my pricing going down after they told me, no, we can't cut it anymore. They've reduced my price. They do it secretly too, and quietly. They don't tell you. That's when you know you're doing good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What are you doing as far as training for your technicians?
Pretty much the same thing as I do at the front. I give them the policy and procedure. I tell them, hey, this is what I expect from you. I don't try to tell them too much how to do their job, but at the same time, I'm the primary diagnostic person. So that's who I need to replace myself with a diagnostic person. The techs, it's pretty cut and dry. I diagnose it. They diagnose what they can, but then I'm always going over and making sure that they do it right. But then I let them have the work, and I let them do it however they want, and that seems to work out good. I try not to look over their shoulder. I try not to micromanage them at all. I honestly try to leave them alone. My focus is a lot more on training the service writer. My techs are in good shape right now.
Okay, good.
Great.
I was just thinking if there was one of them that was reaching for that ability to diagnose.
Yeah, the one that I've had for the longest is, but he could use. I try to send him to classes through O'Reilly's and stuff like that, and technical classes. I try to do everything I can there, but there's only so much I can do. It's up to them to learn. It really is. Yeah. With
absolutely.
every job on a general repair, non-dealership, with every job, I mean, you have to think outside the box with every manufacturer, and just the more experience that you get, the better you get. And that's the way I see it. I don't think there's anybody out there that can tell you how to be a mechanic. I really don't.
They could tell you, it doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
No, you got to get in there and get your hands dirty.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
right.
there's a certain point of view, and there is a lot to be said for experience, and Bob and I have talked about this a few times, that there's a way of thinking that goes into being a good technician,
Mhm.
thinking the right order for things to be done in and things like that, which if somebody can't do that, they'll fail.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I love my teams. They're doing a great job. And
Well,
my lead tech, I'm able to give a bonus to now, thanks to you guys, and he likes that.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure he does.
Every week he gets a bonus, and it does. And to me, it's like it's nothing. That bonus is nothing. When before, you guys, that bonus would have killed me. I wouldn't have
Right.
been able to do it. Yeah.
Well, he earns it. So,
Absolutely, and he's stuck with me through many years of this as well. He's watched this happen. He's the reason why I'm the reason why he doesn't want to go out and have a shop of his own. He's wholehearted. It's not all rainbows and sunshine, guys.
Well, maybe as you move into stage 4, you might inspire him differently.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, our time is just about up. It always happens that it seems like it passes in a blink of an eye.
Like 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, I want to thank you for being a guest today. Good
Yes,
luck
nice to
with your
meet you.
shop in the future, and we will see you at the expo.
Okay, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
who's next week?
Next
do we
week
have-
we'll have Rich Gregg and Kevin Reichelt. We're going to be talking about the expo. So for everybody who's curious about what happens at an expo and that kind of thing, tune in next week because we're going to talk all about it. Kevin and Rich will share their experiences, and we'll just have a good old time talking about our past expos and what you might expect at the coming expo. So everybody have
go.
a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Matthew.
You betcha.